Hey guys, hopefully we can get some more people in here. Which one were you on? Hey guys, so I've had a lot of people asking me some questions on how can we go about actually changing these issues. You know, they've seen me post a lot about C75 and some of these other very bad things that are going on, like C69, C60 or C48. There's also a couple other issues like lots of people joining in now. But there's quite a few issues out there that lots of Canadians want to deal with, like the UN agenda, and the UN compact. There's quite a few things. So one thing that we were talking about, we were talking with a couple other groups, and the only way we can actually make this happen, guys, is we're going to have to do this challenge of the Constitution. Now what we're going to do is we're going to change the Constitution to for the people, by the people, instead of for the people, by the Queen. Right now, we are only, pretty much, we're nothing in Canada. We are just, how would they say that? We're paper notes, really. We have money that is loaned against us being here. So really, we're just slaves to the Canadian dollar. So what we're going to do is we have a challenge to the Constitution that we're trying to get out. Now, if we can get enough signatures, we need 51% of every province, which isn't that hard. We can do that. Now, with that, then we can bring in, say, the RIC or whatever we decide, because it'll be the decision of Canadians then, which needs to happen. It needs to be a Canadian decision on what is happening. And with changing it, it'll give us a way broader view of what's going on too. So instead of just changing the pipeline bills, we'll actually be able to change the C75, the C71. We'll be able to have open votes on these things, which is what we need. We need to be able to have open votes, have Canadians put their opinion out there, have them heard, because right now Canadians are just getting forgotten. I had a whole bunch that I wanted to say, but I got so frustrated there trying to log on, it wouldn't let me log on. I had to change my password, and then 3 times I had to change my password to get on here. It's just unreal. We're getting censored like crazy, which is totally unreal. We need to be able to stand up against that too, because that's a corruption of the government that we do not need right now. I heard today, or no, it was yesterday, I heard that they were talking about the federal government taking control of social media and having full control over it, over all Canadian social media. Hopefully you guys can hear me. So there's not a time limit on it. We're hoping to have it before the elections. If we can have it before the elections, we don't need it in every province. We only need it in 7 provinces. See, we have, a lot of people don't count the territories as provinces, but they are provinces. So if we can reach out to these territories and get them to do this too, then we're one step ahead. And really, the territories will probably be the easiest place for us to get it, because there's less population, so we only need 51% of the population living there. Everybody that goes to church should be jumping on this, guys. We need to change this. This is a Catholic or a Christian country, 90% Christian, right? So you'd think they'd be standing with us. We're also going to be doing some great things coming up here. We're going to do some volunteer work, And I'm hoping everybody else will jump on board and start doing this in their own communities. We keep preaching for the people, by the people. So we need to start doing for Canadians first. So that's where my hashtag comes in there. Canada's lives matter, or Canadians' lives matter. Because they really do. So if you can help out some homeless people or some elders, or even go shovel some driveways, do whatever you guys can. Take videos of it, and let's change the narrative of the Yellow Vest. Because people keep seeing us as just a bunch of people that are protesting that we want change, but we're not out there making it. So we need to get out there and start making our change. Nobody's going to do it for us. We got to remember that. So with this, guys, I'm also doing a couple food bank drives. We're gonna do a couple food banks drives. We're gonna do one at every rally that we possibly can on the weekends, and take them into our local food banks. We're going to also do I'm going to set up a big meal here in the town that I'm in for the less fortunate and for some of the homeless that are here, because it's very, very cold out here, and I think that they deserve to have something come back to them. And we're going to advertise it as a Yellow Vest event, and we're going to start to give back to the communities. Everybody needs to start doing this in your own way. There's I can understand if you live in a community that doesn't have a bunch of homeless stuff that going on. Give to your elders. Your elders need it too. You know how many times I go outside and I drive around this town in Bonnyville and I'm like, wow, nobody shoveled that sidewalk. Guys, get out there and do that kind of stuff. That's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to give back to our communities here, and film it, guys. Do a live video while you're doing it. Say, hey, look at me. I'm going to give back to my community. Me, a Yellow Vest, I'm going to give back to my community. I'm not a racist. I'm not a hater. I'm doing this for Canadians to make Canada better, right? So guys, I'm going to post the link to the Constitution on here, our Constitutional Challenge. Also, my bike rally this summer is going to be for the Constitutional Challenge by the Yellow Vests. And this is how we make change. Us going out there and protesting every weekend about this bill and that bill and this bill is not going to make change. The way we make change is we have to go out there and get people to sign up to change the Constitution. Because once we change the Constitution, the people take the power back. And that's the way it should be. Right now, they have changed our Constitution so much, it's not fair. That it's just unreal. Our goal is to amend the Constitution Act of the 1982 to pull we the people above all else in Canada with 100% veto power, as was intended by the Queen in her speech in April 17, 1982. The Queen gave a sovereignty rights to Canada to the people on that day, not governments. Right? So this is this is what we need to do, right, guys? So people do need to wake up. We need to wake up. We need to realize, stop dividing it into this pipeline rally and that pipeline rally and this other rally. Guys, we all need to stand up and we need to change the Constitution. That's the only way we take power back to Canadians. I don't know how much more I can pinpoint that, but it needs to get back to Canadians. We have a great Constitution as is, but it's not given to we the people anymore. It has been taken away many, many times over many years. It's been slowly pulled out of us. So all we can do is we can fight for it to have it back. So that's what we're going to do. So I will post a link on here after for how to change the Constitution. It's also on my page, so you can follow the link that's in the description of this video. Yes, it's much bigger fish we gotta fry. We need to go much higher, think bigger. We need to think like a lawyer would think. We gotta stop thinking like protesters, because this isn't just a regular protest. This is for all Canadians to cover all their issues. It doesn't matter what issue you have in Canada with the laws that they're putting into place. Everybody has one or two. So what we need to do is we need to stand up and we need to fight for our right to have our issues, to challenge those issues. So how we're going to do that is by changing the Constitution. So that is the number one way for us to do this. And all these, I don't mean to bitch at them, but these people going around and only talking about the bills and talking about the UN agenda are never going to change anything. The only way we can do it is with the Constitution. So please spread that bill. Or the Constitution challenge. I'm going to drop the link on here after the video. And if you guys can spread that around and get signatures on that, we're winning. So, guys, I'll put that there. I love you guys. I gotta go feed my baby girl here. She's been starving. I had to go do some butchering today, so been busy. Yeah, we can't afford to lose the battle, guys. We really can't afford to. And guys, get out there, educate. Education is the key. Now, I don't say don't preach about the bills and stuff that are in place right now, like C-75. People need to know why they want to stand up to change the Constitution. But now you know how to do it. This is the means to changing everything, is to change the Constitution. Hi, Peggy. You know, if we don't change the Constitution, we're just running around in circles like chickens with our heads cut off. So I'll drop that link. Please sign up to it. Please share it to all your friends. And if they ask what it's about, now you know. It's to change the Constitution for we the people, which the way it should have been and the way it was actually delivered to us in 1982. Yeah, I know. There's a lot of people that are Muslims that did come here. Which, guys, stop butchering the Muslims. Stop trying to pick on them, guys, because there's a lot of good Muslims in Canada. You know, sure, there's radicals. But guys, there's radicals in white people, there's radicals in native people, there's radicals in black people, there's radicals in purple people. It doesn't matter. There could be a radical in any person. We cannot point fingers, guys. This is for the people, all the people of Canada, to figure this out and how we're going to do this. And how I figured this out was I've done a lot of research. Like, guys, I stay up till like 3, 4 in the morning every morning doing research on what we need to do, learning about this and that. You know, like the UN agenda, I've gone through that. I've watched a million videos. I go through it as much as I possibly can. You know, they are changing their benefits because of Parliament schools. It doesn't surprise me, really. It doesn't surprise me. You know, really, this all starts from school. You know, when we do get the veto back, I elect that we need to start paying teachers better, because the teachers are what make doctors. You know, because if it wasn't for that teacher teaching your kid to be a doctor, or your nephew or your grandson or whatever, they'd never be doctors. I understand doctors need to get good pay, but so do teachers that teach them. You know, the stress level that teachers get is unreal. I think we need to have more one-on-one with students. We need to get away from the same old thing that they've been doing for 50 to 60 years that doesn't work. You know, we need to start giving back to people on what they're good at. You know, like if a kid's good at doing computer stuff, teach him all about computer stuff. If a kid's really good with his hands, teach him mechanics, teach him stuff like that. That's where we're going to need to be. You know, start specializing in what kids actually want to do. But that's another topic for another day. So the constitutional challenge, guys. Make sure you share this video. I'm going to drop the link to the constitutional challenge. And please sign up and share it to everybody you guys can. Okay, love you guys. Peace. Have a good night.